Hello, this is Pharaoh Vincent, coming today with the final meta team of Arena, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about AOE DPS. As that is coming up in the next reset, that does kind of help. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it was just because it is actually one of the more varied combinations. When it comes to Watcher of Realms, I've noticed that quite a few of the variations that I'm noticing at the highest end of play really does come in from single target, or sorry, from AOE DPS, although single target does have some. You're basically running either like an Arbiter team or, you know, trying to think of the words, but basically you're either running like an Arbiter team or a Chaos team, Chaos Dominion, and like that's kind of it. I'm just going to do some quick equip for gear just because I will allocate the appropriate gear before reset. I go with a setup. I mean, pretty much everyone's going to go with some form of a setup that involves Cyrene. Some people will use Praetus over, a lot of these other ones, right? I'd argue that this right here is also one of the more meta teams you could put in. Valkyra, she does great for this if you want. My only issue with the Praetus version of this, without just doing it this way, is Praetus, by and large, has a bit of RNG to it a little bit, and your autos aren't as consistent. If you wanted to auto, I will say hashtag never auto, but I go with a setup like this one specifically because like Ingrid's Lord skill is pretty decent, and I have her as A2 versus Praetus as A1. If I had an A2 Praetus where that washes out, I probably would still use Praetus. I just find that I get a little more juice out of just Ingrid. Hopefully I get her A3 soon. That'd be nice. So the thing that I do that is deadly is I sack the first round so friggin' hard, it's not even real. And I'm basically relying on the fact that I should win every round after the first. And so the way I do that is I put Cyrene on top, and then I drop Ardea to where she can hit all the tiles. This is Ardea's lane. She pretty much solos it the rest of the match. And as you can see right now, I'm still waiting on Cyrene to get that last little ultimate. And this is why I say I sacked the round, because I needed all that time just to get Ingrid out. So I'm in, the 25s. You want to be in like the 30s. So I'm 10 seconds into taking damage on general, or in a general matchup, which is a long time to take it on the chin, basically. But the benefit is from this point on, I'm not going to have to really do much, right? This runs by itself. Now, I do recommend dropping Dasome early. I use Dasome because it's not going to heal, he's not going to heal Ardea to full. Also, inspiration. So Dasome does have a small inspiration buff, which does matter, right? So now you get a little bit of that lovely inspiration with some of the other benefits of playing. Oh, that was the wrong person to click on. So what we're starting to see is once you hit 21 cost, you can get rid of Cyrene just to literally get Ajax out or Ajax out just that much faster. So that is an option. Unfortunately, Cyrene does not have 4 block. If she did, honestly, I'd probably just start with Ingrid. You can, with like Valkyra or something like that, you put Cyrene here and Valkyra there, or Fallon or anyone else. Even Ardea could do it, but you lose that last square, and I like to have it. So this is why I have found this particular setup to be a bit more advantageous. I will say my Ingrid's gear seems off, so I don't know what she's got. Oh, that's right. I was just BP maxing for Guild versus Guild like just before this, so she's got quick equip gear. That's why this doesn't feel right. I was like, wait, why is she not one-shotting people? Okay, and at this point, I can, there we go, if I can click right, click on Cyrene, drop in IX, and now everything dies. Wait for it. And a death. And wait for it. Yeah, this is reality at this point. Now the Watchguard buff is on cooldown, but that's fine. And then it's all about just trying to figure out where you like to ult. I honestly like to ult near the end of wave 6. So this wave, when these guys start moving, is when I will deploy Ix's ult, because it's literally the only ult I have to think about. Right? And so we'll do that now. And then Ingrid's just going to delete. Man, my gear is definitely on something. But you can kind of see, like, this is a really brain dead way of playing. When I redeploy Cyrene, I like to put her back a square just so that there's even less chance that she's going to get overran and things will get past her, because Cyrene's not exactly the strongest tank, but she works. It's fine. I also have her in like DPS-ish gear, that's literally just meant for like speed and rage regen, just so that I can really tone down how long that last round exists for lack of a better phrase. The other thing too, so unlike the wave 7, this one's a little bit better if you wait until the first grouping is all the way out and then ult, because these guys are slightly delayed on wave 8, so I like to go this route, but you can kind of see everything just dies. And like, that's it. That's the whole composition. The gear obviously is clearly off because everyone is hitting like nothing. But it still is enough to just walk through AoE. Like, this is why I like this versus the Praetus side of things, right? To show you kind of a few of the alternatives that I have come up with, and this is the good news, is we actually get alternatives. One of my more favored alternatives, that's kind of fun, involves 0 Ingrid if you wanted to go that route. So I've actually used like this combo. This combo's funny. And technically, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there was one more that I can change out too. So you can do a no Cyrene comp if you want. It's not, I don't know. It doesn't have the speed. That's my issue with it. It doesn't have the speed on killing waves. Because unfortunately, Valkyra is not strong enough to do this by herself. And you'll see. And yeah, I know I'm quick equipping gear, but forgive me, it's easier. But I've done a composition. I do like having Ymrit, although, oh, that's right, if I'm using Ardea, I don't use Ymrit, sorry. So this one's the IX version. Again, though, I don't like those two because of their cost, but if you notice, that's a 525 BP. And basically it's the Valderon show for the first 2 waves. So, because like, you know, again, here we are, we're at 54. And you will see Valderon is going to do Valderon things. That's already faster than the last one I had.